Make it bang.
It's alive.
What's up, guys? Hey, this your boy Stogi. Welcome back to the Stogi side. I really wanted to come at you guys today. Thank you guys. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of the good stuff that you guys and the way that you support me. Okay. Now, the question or the topic of the day is: we had a few customers come in today, and they basically talked about the CVO ST and how much they loved it, and went on crazy reviews about the CVO ST. I've sold many of these bikes so far, and the overall feedback from them is good. But I want to pose a question to you guys. Do you think the CVO Road Glide ST has lost its luster? Do you think that it is overrated? Do you think that it is not worth the price point that it is at MSRP? Do you believe that the CVO Road Glide ST is not a bike for the average consumer, right? So we're going to answer all of these questions. We're going to go over some positive feedback. We're going to go over some negative feedback. We're going to talk small about the king of the baggers and how this bike was, or the conception of this bike. And we're just going to go into it, okay? So appreciate you guys. Sit back and watch the show. Have a happy holiday. Let's go. All right, guys. So right now we have the 2024 Raven Metallic Road Glide CVO ST, and then we have the Golden White Pearl CVO ST for the 2024 models. Okay. Now, the very first question that we asked is the CVO Road Glide ST overrated? Well, I really think that depends on who you ask, right? In my personal opinion, I think it's worth the bang for its buck. Okay. With all of the different modes that it has on the bike, with all of the different technology that comes with the bike, with all of the handling and the way that the bike was made light. Me personally, I think that this is the perfectly priced bike for the items that you get for it. Now, what other people have been saying is that it is overrated. Okay, and they say that because they are trying to turn a sport touring bike, which is specifically niche market designed for performance riders on tracks, to touring bikes, or to the normal touring bike that Harley would have, like a Road Glide or a Street Glide. Okay, this is not the bike for that. Although you can do it, don't get me wrong. You can set this up like a touring bike, or you can set this up like a bike that is built for longer distances. But the way and the purpose for this Road Glide CVO ST is specifically for performance riding, racing, track, short distances. That's what it's designed for. Okay, that's and we will go into the reasons why it's designed for that, between the carbon fiber shorty fenders, to the inverted forks, to the galfer rotors, to even the short floorboards, and even the small cowling that's on the back of the bike, right behind the seat. And we'll show you guys all of those different things, but it just gives you a difference of opinion of whether you think the bike is overrated, right? Like, I personally don't think that, but I think it's perfectly priced. Just understanding how Harley works and understanding what technology goes into it and how much that technology costs, and weight reduction and different things of that nature. So that is my first question: is the CVO Road Glide ST overrated? Is it overpriced? No, I do not think so. The MSRP on this bike is, I think, perfectly priced for what it is. Although you do have people who, where when Harley was doing at the beginning of the year, or where the dealerships were doing 5 and 7 and 10 grand over MSRP, yeah, that's a little bit pricey. That's a little bit much, right? It was. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I've understand how basic economics works, right? It's supply and demand. So at the beginning of the year, Harley had limited of these made, right? All the way up until about June, they were really hard to get. As you know, you couldn't just walk into a Road Glide. I'm sorry, walk into a Harley dealership and just pick up a Road Glide ST. You had to put a deposit on it, wait for it to come in. That's kind of how the market was set at the beginning. Well, towards the latter end of the year, and this is partly where I think Harley missed the boat. They should have had the mass production of this model if they're going to do that. We'll talk about that in a second. If they're going to mass produce it, they should have did it at the beginning of the year when the demand was really high. Right now, the demand, this is another question, the demand for it is very low, right? So that's where I think the people who want this bike already have it. And the people who want it, some of them can't just afford, the MSRP sticker on this bike. Like a lot of people are in that realm that want the bike, but it's priced a little bit out of its price point for the day-to-day rider, right? Or for the normal Harley rider, right? Like you have to really be into performance baggers to be able to understand why this costs what it costs. But so we're going to tinker back to that. But the price point, I think, like I said, is perfectly set up for the bike. Okay. Now, the riding style of the bike. Let's go into that. This bike is designed for performance baggers. Now, this is where you guys need to look at uh, King of the Baggers Racing and see where the inception of this bike came from and how it got to where it got to. Okay, the performance bagger, I'm gonna show it up on the screen in just a second. This was the King of the Bagger. Although we lost to Indian this year, it was still a very close race with the King of the Baggers. So it was pretty cool to see Harley and Indian going back and forth, back and forth. I don't know who won it. But I do know that the King of the Baggers Tour has started about 4 years ago, right around the COVID time in 2020, and it's just elevated to a whole nother level. Performance baggers just start getting hot like right around 2017, 2018. That's kind of like right when the blackout fad was, the chrome fad was ending, and the 114 models were coming in, and people wanted to start really racing that 114 model. So that's kind of when that performance bagger in. But these two babies right here are designed and set up that way. Now, last question I have: has the CVO Road Glide ST lost its luster? Well, I do believe it has done that, right? But I do think that that is solely based upon how Harley Davidson, the motor company, marketed the product. Okay, I do not believe that this should have been a mass production model. I think it should have been only 2,000 of them made. I think that it would have made this bike way more exclusive. I do love the color options because it's very rare that CVO does a solid color bike. That's very rare. I think the last one they did was the damn, I can't remember, Black Hole in 2020 when they did the solid color CVO ST. Generally, it's a multicolor bike, and then I think in 2016 or 17 they did the Arctic Blast. All right, guys. So just to wrap this up a little bit, okay? I just wanted to say once again, we really appreciate you guys watching the channel. Once again, I want you to comment below. Do you think the CVO Road Glide ST has lost its luster? Do you think that it's overrated? Do you think that it's overpriced? Do you think you don't get the bang for your buck for this bike, right? Do you think Harley should have did these in different colors? I want to give you guys, I want some feedback on this so I can kind of get the pulse of the community as far as the 2024 Road Glide CVO ST comes out. And I can't wait to see what they do in 2025, okay? So we appreciate you guys. Man, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everything. Have a happy holiday. Yes, these are still available at Palm Beach Harley Davidson if you want one. Just shout out to your boy Stogi, and we appreciate y'all, okay? Appreciate it. Be good. Peace out.